Hello, it's Essie here, and we're here with another process video. Over on the For the Love of Pretty Paper Facebook page, we have a summer fiesta event running with lots of challenges over the summer holidays in 2018. And to get us in the mood, we had a pre-event cocktail challenge. You'll see I posted up there 2 photos of some cocktails, and I used the colours from one of the photographs and the mason jar from the other photo as inspiration for my layout. I've got this lovely cut file with a mason jar in the corner there and fun times together, and I'm using a photograph of the Go-Go Getaway design team that was taken at our event in June where our special guest was Shamel. I'm using the box of crayons collection from American Crafts, designed of course by Shamel, and I've chosen some gelatos that coordinate with the colours in the kit, and they are cotton candy, kiwi, banana, tangerine and cherry. I'm putting layers of colour across the paper there, and I used the photograph at the beginning just to get a gauge as to where the placement might be and what area I wanted coloured, and I've popped it back there again, as you can see, just to check that I've got the colours in the right place. I'm wetting my finger on a baby wipe to help to blend the colours, and I'm just using a water brush as well on the edges to add some water. And where I've left the gelatos on the cardstock a few more, a bit longer, I've come in with the baby wipe directly onto the gelatos to help blend those colours in. I didn't want to make the cardstock too wet because I didn't want it to warp and buckle, but the baby wipe just helped to blend those colours. Now I'm scribbling the same colours of gelato on my craft sheet to create a liquid colour. I'm just adding some water with my water brush and then using that to flick across my cardstock to get some splatters in the background. And I don't subject you to watching all of it. I'm going in there with the tangerine, flicking that across, and I do the same with the other colours. And there you go, there the splatter's finished. And now I want to choose the papers that I want going to back the cardstock with, the cut file shapes. I had it in my head to do a little bit of a sort of shaker pocket type thing with the mason jar. So I've got these punched hearts. They're actually hearts from another cut file. And I decided that I wanted to colour them with the gelatos again. And I'm just blending the cotton candy, that one is, onto the heart, and I add some kiwi as well, and I do them all with 2 shades of the gelatos, blending the colours, and you can see on the left there, and there they are, all finished using the same colours. And just trying to decide what pattern cardstock I had in my head. I wanted maybe fruit, but I thought the fruit patterned in the end were too busy, so I went with this rainbow cardstock. I've cut a piece that's the right size and just trimming it down, and then slightly off camera, sorry, I'm just putting a strip of adhesive round each edge. I've got a piece of plastic that's just some packaging from a sticker packet, I think it is, that I've cut to the same size, and I'm just going to in a minute stick that over the top, just adding my hearts and then adding some sequins as well, and then I'm going to add that piece of packaging over the top. It's not a shaker pocket in as much as I haven't used 3D foam around the edge to create space within the pocket for the bits and pieces to move around a lot, but I just thought it captured the feel of a glass jar with things inside. Just sticking it round the edges, and once I've got those bits in place, I'm going to continue backing the hearts with another sheet of paper from the Box of Crayons range. I've got that lovely graded paper there with the colours that fade, and so I'm using the darker colours on the hearts at the bottom, and as I work my way up the page using the paler colours, and I'm just cutting small pieces that fit, having a bit of a look-see before I cut. I mark this one with a pencil just to make sure I cut the right piece out, just rubbing off the pencil marks there and sticking down on the back, turning it over so I can line it up and sticking it down. And I carry on doing this with all of the heart shapes, as you'll see, until they're all filled with those shades of colour. And now on to deciding what to back the words with. I was thinking, you can see here I've got the same sheet of paper, thinking about using the blues and greens, but I decided in the end that they weren't bold enough, so I went with the lime green, which is also from the 6x6 paper pad of the collection. And then I'm backing my photo onto that rainbow cardstock, discovering there that I can't use a 12-inch sheet of card in my small Fiskars dropper. I've got two. I've got a large one and a small one, and obviously was a bit spatially unaware there, got a bit confused about the size I was using. So I've trimmed some of the cut apart sheet. I made sure I looked at the cut aparts carefully and decided which bit I was less likely to use, because I wanted to use the B side to get some of that vibrant blue around my photograph. And now I'm going to stick the photograph down on a foam pad so that I can start embellishing my layout. And I've got some stickers from the Box of Crayons sticker sheet, and I'm trimming a word from that cut apart sheet as well. I think I used the word create. And I also get out the packet of ephemera from the same collection. This weekend was a Go-Go Getaway retreat event, and so obviously it was all about creativity and inspiration, and they're the stickers and embellishments that I go for from this collection. They're just perfect. That paintbrush in the hand there's another paintbrush there. They're just perfect for this photograph of our design team. And Shamel's got some props with her as well that she brought with her. So you can't really see them on this. You'll get a close up later. There's a toucan and some crayons, and just from the and a big crayon as well from the collection kit. And we all were pulling funny faces. So just adding the embellishments in there. I've got the tips of the crayons, which were from a sticker. And then wanting to add a toucan. There's lots of toucans in this collection, and it was definitely a talking point of the weekend, was using toucans to create on scrapbook pages. One of our classes was creating a big toucan, so I definitely wanted to include one somewhere on this page, because it's one of the things that I think about when I think about the weekend. And I thought about using that piece of card that I've cut from the journaling box, but I end up taking it out. I don't end up using it in the end for my journaling, because I decided it wasn't going to be big enough. I don't often write loads, but I wanted to write quite a bit on this page. And at this stage my camera battery started blinking red, so I do finish a final embellishment cluster up in the top left hand corner. I do some faux stitching round all of the die cut shapes, and I do my journaling above and below my photograph, and you'll see all of the rest of those details in the stills pictures that are coming up. And that's the layout done. There's that embellishment cluster in the top left that's above the photograph, and the faux stitching around the title. Please pop over to the For the Love of Pretty Facebook page, and I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Thank you.